Niamh, what are you doing?
I'm sunbathing.
We need to get to work. It's week 4.
Week 4 of what?
Of Girls Lifting Series. Also, it's winter. Let's go.
Let's go. What are we talking about on this episode, Zoe?
We are talking about menstrual cycles and PMOS.
What are the phases of the menstrual cycle, Zoe?
Yeah, we've got the menstrual, we've got the follicular, ovulation and luteal phase.
So typically, I feel like research always told us to lift heavy in our follicular, do more things like yoga, Pilates in our luteal, and maybe even not lift during our menstrual cycle.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense, does it?
Not with what we know now. Kind of with what we know now, we know that it's based on
How
readiness.
you're feeling, yeah. It's not as strict as luteal phase, we don't lift. Follicular, we might lift this certain weight.
Yeah.
It's based off of how our symptoms are, how we're feeling.
I think a really nice thing to do when we're looking at kind of readiness is to track symptoms. So we don't need to just track symptoms when we're feeling a little bit lower energy than usual. We can also track them when we're feeling good. Find Fitter Women is a really good app that I kind of track symptoms on. I also have like a little box for you to write how your training's going, which is really nice for our girls who are lifting, which is hopefully
Everyone
that's
soon.
watching this. But it's a really nice way to look at it from a more holistic point of view. And even within that app, if you're not tracking it on something already, you could track the weights that you're lifting, because as we've discussed, we need to progressively lift heavier in order to make strength gains. So if we're trying to deload, we need to know what
we need to know
what
where
we're lifting in the first
usually
place.
at, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to strip it back, if we want to reduce the load by 10%, you've got to have your figure that you're working with.
Anyway, speaking of lifting, we should probably get back to the clinic.
Probably. I mentioned Hazel Wallace to you. So she has a really nice kind of approach. It's called the Align Pillars. The Align Pillars, they look at kind of supporting the menstrual cycle by supporting sleep, nutrition, de-stress and movement. Multifactorial, but they all impact each other, but I find it's a really nice way to look at training, and she has some really good resources around that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, PMOS sounds kind of familiar. Was it called something else?
Yeah, we've actually recently changed the name from PCOS to PMOS. So polycystic ovarian syndrome, which its former name was, it's now polyendocrine metabolic ovarian syndrome. PMOS is typically characterized by a hormonal imbalance. It can affect your ovulation, your periods, might make them irregular or missed. It also impact your fertility.
Yeah. Okay.
Typically common with high levels of insulin or androgens such as testosterone, so those male hormones, diabetes or obesity. So if someone's got PMOS, how would that affect their training?
I think a really nice place to start, and why we've kind of brought this series up, is as a female, you kind of need to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right healthcare team and people who understand female physiology and know about the conditions that you might be experiencing. Nutrition also plays a massive role. That's not really my scope, but we do have Virginia in our next episode who's going to fill us in on all of that. But another thing that you can do, and something that is our passion project, is lift heavy. Building muscle mass and progressively working on resistance training in the gym can have a real positive impact on symptoms. Not only symptoms of PMOS, but you get all the other benefits that we've talked about so far.
Similar to what we discussed with the menstrual cycle and those aligned pillars, it's important we check in with ourselves and understand how our body's actually feeling. Sleeping well, recovering, having rest days, it's very important we have those as part of our lifestyle as well.
Let's go.
Niamh, don't forget your Yeti, we're lifting.
Oops. Okay, so menstrual cycle and PMOS all impact how you feel, but they don't mean that you can't lift heavy in the gym. I hope this episode's given you some insight on how you can listen to your body, fuel well, hydrate, sleep, and still get some good sessions in.